Hey, Edgar here, the host of Snug Wrestling. Are you tired of your flimsy sunglasses that look just like everyone else's? Well, check out our friends from Aquila. These are handcrafted, limited run frames made in Los Angeles using recycled materials and built to last and look clean. They got UV protection, blue light options, and even prescription lenses. Plus, Aquila gives back 1% of every sale that goes to environmental causes. And because you listen to Snug Wrestling, you get 10% off with code SNUG at checkout. Just head to aquila.la and upgrade your eyewear responsibly. That's aquila.la, A-K-I-L-A.la. Save 10% off with promo code SNUG.
Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, and you're listening to Snug Wrestling. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Snug Wrestling. Happy Thursday. Today is usually the one-on-one with myself and Mr. Blood, but today we got a very, very special guest. My guest today is not only a huge pro wrestling fan, but he's also an artiste, a writer, and he's also really, really into fitness, that fitness life. My guest today is Brian Stafford, a.k.a. The Black Spider is here. Welcome,
Yes,
bro. How you
sir.
feeling,
Yes,
dog?
sir. Yes, sir. Feeling good, excited.
So tell us a little bit about you besides all of that. Tell us something about what you do, something we don't know about you or about your channels.
Man, it's mostly just about my life or whatever, just the daily things. And I'm big on wrestling. That's my thing. It's like wrestling and movies. Those are my two favorite things. I mean, I even got WWE tatted on my chest, and it's like I do a lot of the meet and greets with the superstars. That's just my thing. Like anything wrestling related, I try to tackle it. Um, it's funny because I'm always in these different chats, and yours included. I hop on different pages and all that. And I even responded last night to a segment with Ricochet and with him and Jericho. And he's been on a bit of a rampage lately. Just kind of, if you see something negative about him, he's going. He even goes for the fans. And hey, he didn't shy away from me at all. Like I said something, and he hopped right on me and was saying he mentioned something about my kids. So I had to repost it because I just laughed at it. 'Cause I was like, wow, I can't believe I got Ricochet's attention like that. But yeah, that's just
Hold up, I missed that. That's fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
it's the first thing on my story. It's the my first one, and I had made a comment because I was like, man, Ricochet is just not good on this microphone,
Uh-huh.
and then he was like, and I said something along the lines of something my kids would have called him, kids would have called him something, basically just it's terrible. And then he commented with my kids have bad taste or something like that. And
Yeah.
but I say he went soft on me considering the stuff he's been getting into lately. So I laughed it off. So but I still thought it was funny just that he even spoke on that. So
That's crazy. So I guess he hasn't learned his lesson. He's still
nah.
going into the fence because you saw the heat that he got into recently, right?
Oh yeah, because he went like, I mean, he's been on it for a few months now, but what he said recently was pretty bad. I'm not surprised that he didn't really get anything, that nothing happened to him as far as at AEW, because I figured they would kind of, I ain't gonna say swept it under the rug, but I just knew nothing was gonna really come of it. But I am a little surprised that he's still like, willing and able to take shots. So
Yeah,
and I don't know. It's crazy because he went low with that comment he made the other week, but I feel like MJF has done some worse stuff, but he just he's in character 24/7. So I don't know if he gets a pass or what, but I just know Ricochet's been like, the worst thing about it is that it's worse when it's WWE related. It's like he's like a disgruntled ex-employee, so he's like always looking for WWE comments to go after. So yeah.
damn. Yeah, I've been on the other side of Ricochet hate online too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's fun though. I mean, I like it. So I'm glad that you brought this up because that was actually one of the topics that I had planned to go over with you today. was the whole Chris Jericho AEW return, right?
Yeah,
One of the big questions was, well, what is he gonna do? Like, why did he come back to AEW? Is he gonna go after the the main event scene, or what's gonna happen, right? And we kind of saw that last night. First of all, are
yeah.
you a AEW fan at all? Like, is that something that you
Yeah,
keep up
yeah,
with?
I do. I'll tell you this. I followed it more back when it first started. I still keep up with it, but I I stopped watching it religiously. I would say around November of 24. I think MJF had took some time off around that time, or was about to. I think Jade had already left, and my favorite people on AEW was Jade, Cody, MJF, and I think one other person. Those are my main people. So once they all started leaving, I was like, okay, well, I'm a tune out for a bit, but I still keep up with it every week. But yeah, I thought I was one of the same things, especially when he made his speech talking about whether I'm opening act, mid card, or main event. Like I'm just riding with AEW because I helped start it, so I'm gonna ride this out. So I mean, hey, I respect his loyalty, but like you said, I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know if he's gonna ride out the rest of his career like Edge is doing over there, or or if this is just like a 1 year or so contract and then he's gonna come back home is what I say. But yeah, other than that, I don't know what he's gonna do or what they got planned for him. I'm curious to see where this is gonna end up going.
Yeah, man. So I guess the reports that are coming out now is they're saying that Chris Jericho signed a multi-year deal with AEW, right?
Sheesh. Yeah, okay.
But the crazy thing about all of this is like, the talks that supposedly Jericho was, gonna go to WWE. He doesn't. He goes back to AEW. He goes back there, and the first gimmick or his first thing that he does is he brings back the list of Jericho that was something he was doing in WWE. Did you
Yeah.
see that?
Yeah, I saw that. That was the one of the. I think that was the area where I made that when he did the you just made the list and they used that as a clip on the AEW page. That's the one I made the comment on about Ricochet, and he had made the comment back. But like I thought it was hilarious though because that made the list Jericho is probably my favorite version of him because he was so funny with it. But I was shocked to see that he brought his one of his best WWE gimmicks over to AEW during his return. So, and but my thing is this though. My question is like, was the WWE return even like a real thing? 'Cause all I ever heard was rumors. I never got anything official like like Hunter was talking to him or anything like that. I just seen just rumor. He's coming back late last year. He's coming back at the Rumble, all that junk. I never bought too into it because I'm like, I never heard Jericho or anybody say anything about going to WWE. So I don't know if that was just rumors this whole time.
That's one of the things that I hate about the pro wrestling business is that I feel like other sports, like in football or basketball or even soccer, like you can trust the journalism and like the articles that come out from other sports. Like if they say so and so is negotiating with this team, it's because it's happening, right? And
Yeah,
I don't feel
exactly.
like that is actually true in pro wrestling because people say, oh, for example, Chris Jericho's negotiating with WWE. We will never know if that's actually true or not. I mean,
Yeah.
because there's that element where, oh, they could be working us or it could
Hmm.
be real or not. Like we don't know. That's one of the things I hate about pro wrestling. However, I did see that an article that supposedly Tony Khan confirmed that Jericho was indeed negotiating or in talks with the WWE, but this is according to Tony Khan. Chris Jericho chose AEW over WWE. Why? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can believe that because I know MJF. He said he had that was talks for him, but I think he said something like in the end, like it was. I think it was a money thing, and he was also being loyal. So if that is true, like I mean, overall, I can say I believe Tony because why wouldn't Jericho toy with the idea of coming back to WWE? You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's the money prevailed with Khan again or what, but I mean, I'm gonna assume he made the decision for him. I'm definitely gonna tune in more just to see where this goes because I'm trying to make sense of his choice. Like, they got to have something special planned for him. Because I mean, I know even with him signing a multi-year deal, he's in his 50s, so you can't. I'm not gonna say he can't run, full time like everybody else, but I know he knows his time is limited. So, but if he signed a multi-year deal, he must feel like he got enough in him to either go at least part time, make some special. Maybe he'll come around every now and then like Roman, maybe he had that type of deal. So I don't know. I mean, I'll watch it anyway.
Right, yeah. It's just crazy to see him do that list of Jericho gimmick in AEW because with all the rumors that he was going to go back to the WWE, that was one of the questions I had. I was like, what is he going to do in WWE? Is he gonna do the list of Jericho again? I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
He goes back to AEW and he takes that gimmick with him. I just never thought I would see that in AEW TV. I think if we were to ever see that again, it would happen in WWE. But it's happening now in AEW, and I can't get over that. Did you like seeing that, or what did you think about that?
I did. I was shocked, but because I always laugh at it when he used to do it all the time, like every time I laughed at it when he did it in WWE. So when he did it on AEW, I laughed. But I don't know. I laughed because it's funny to me all the time, but it also felt kind of like a slap in the face. Like, y'all thought I was coming back, but I'm not. I'm staying here. And not only am I staying here, I'm bringing my old shit with me. So I don't know. It's I don't know. It's funny. It's funny because I mean I know Jericho is one of those people. Like he's a wrestler that's for the people. He loves his fans. So between his own personal reasons and just satisfying maybe the AEW fans, maybe that's why he decided to stick around. Like I said, I'm gonna watch anyway, but I'm very curious to see what he's gonna do. So I mean he's been around for like 30 years and he's done it all. So. I also can see why he said that he doesn't care if he's the opening act or middle or whatever because he's done it all. So other than just being a co-creator of AEW and wants to, stay loyal, I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Well, apparently he's gonna be facing Ricochet, our good friend Slick Rick.
Yeah.
Dynasty, which for me, I'm not really a big fan of Ricochet. I mean,
nah. Nope.
So I was a little disappointed when I heard that his Jericho's first match back is going to be versus Ricochet, and I'm like, maybe this is AEW's way to, I don't know, try to put Ricochet over more, put him versus Jericho,
maybe elevate him up some more. I'll give Tony props for taking in Ricochet and continuously trying to make him a main event guy because he damn so wasn't that with WWE. But the thing is, because Ricochet is a fantastic wrestler, I would be down for him if he was good on the mic. But because he is so stale, it's like he wants to be like a good heel, but man, you just sound like somebody could just slap you and you wouldn't do nothing. Like you just don't sound powerful at all. So it's hard to get behind him because he don't even sound like he can back up his words. Like he needs those guys who were out there with him last night, his little group. He needs them because for that for that noise he be talking, he needs backup in order to make him look like he's somebody, Otherwise, no, I wouldn't put him against Jericho's return.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I feel the same way. I don't know what it is for me either. I think to me, it just feels like you can just tell he's just playing a character. He's just trying to be me. Yeah. He's trying to be like arrogant and he's trying to be a bully. I don't buy it,
Yeah, that's my thing. You can tell he's trying to act like he's a tough guy. Like not to call him weak or nothing like that, but you can tell he is playing a character on a wrestling show. He's not believable like MJF, like a straight up heel that you think oh, this dude, I don't want to see him out in real life because he's gonna be an asshole for real, you know.
Yeah.
But with Ricochet, it's like I can see him being a heel in real life. If only if someone really tried to test him. Like if they really tried to test him, like you know, you ain't shit, you know, you tough guy, you know. That then you might see a real heel Ricochet in real life. If someone tried to like maybe press up on Sam, you know, someone tried to highlight his wife, then he gonna become a heel for real, you know. But otherwise, no. Mm-mm.
And I don't
He's
and I
just
don't think that's actually happened ever because
heck no.
right? I mean, it just feels like he hasn't been put in that situation to me.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Well, yeah, that's that's the latest with good old Chris Jericho. So you really got
Yeah.
WWE tatted on you? That's crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I got it on my chest. It's mixed in. It's the logo, the current logo mixed in with like the Houston, like H Town, like hand symbol, like this, like smacked
Okay.
in the middle of it. And so, because because I've been a fan for 29 years, and my love for wrestling just continues to grow. It's like for me, I always love because I came in at the start of the Attitude Era in '97, so that's gonna always hold a special place. But for me, I'm not one of those like older guys who like lives and breathes the Attitude Era. Like me, I'm gonna always love it. But my favorite really is the freaking Bloodline era. To me, that's like peak freaking wrestling years right there. See, I got so excited every week watching, you know, Roman and the family come through, and I feel like they elevated the whole show just because their stuff was so good. But yeah, so but I didn't want to sit there. I didn't because I love the whole company. I didn't want to. Cause my favorite is Roman, but I didn't want to necessarily pick out Roman and get his like symbol or whatever tatted on me. I love the whole company, so I just got that on me. Um, and I'm still thinking about other ways to incorporate more WWE because like as far as tags go. But at the same time, shoot, I walk around promoting it all the time. Like right now, I wear I rock my solo shirt every week at work, and I have like my closet ridiculous. It's like I work for them. You know, I got freaking fanatics all in my closet basically. But yeah, that's just this. I pretty much live for this stuff every week.
Yeah, dude. I feel the same way, dog. I feel like it's weird to me if I'm not like talking about it or watching it. I feel weird. It's
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. Because it's like it's and up here at Amazon, man, there's so many people like that acknowledge me. Like literally, when I come up here and I got a Roman shirt on, they literally acknowledge me because now you know so many people watch wrestling, and you can't necessarily look at a wrestling fan and tell they're a wrestling fan, unless they got like a shirt on or some type of merch, you know. But male, female doesn't matter. Like if I'm at work, I get acknowledged. If I'm out somewhere, I either get acknowledged or they may say, oh, I like that shirt, or just any type of thing that will spark a wrestling conversation. And that's something I easily can get lost in is talking about wrestling, like quick,
Yeah.
you know.
And I've also ran into people who just wear it just to wear it. Like I see people wearing wrestling merch and I'll just be like, oh, I acknowledge you or something stupid like that. If they're wearing like a
Yeah,
Roman shirt and they'll just look at me like, what the fuck is this guy even talking about?
man,
Like, and I'm just like,
that's
oh, all
crazy.
right, never mind then. You know?
Yeah, no, okay. So that reminds me of my opinion on when I see so many people walking around with a purple rain shirt on. And it's like, some of these people I see, don't get me wrong, I know Prince had fans all around the world of different ages and backgrounds, but I'm like, ain't no way this person's a freaking Prince fan. And I just know a lot of people just wearing purple rain shirts,
Yeah.
but it's like, yeah, I guess it would be the same thing. If you see a wrestler, of course, if they got a shirt on, you're going to assume they're watching it. But if I've never come across somebody who had the merch on and didn't know what the hell was going on, like, nah, ain't no way I'm walking around like a fraud like that.
Yeah, no, it's happened to me, bro. And I thought it was so cool, and then they were just like, yeah, I don't know this. I'm like, all right, never mind.
Damn, that's
Peace.
that's tough.
Yeah,
That's
man.
tough. Ain't no way.
So, were you ever a fan of Alberto Del Rio at all?
Not really, not really. And then like it only got I ain't gonna say yeah, no, I never really liked him. And then it got worse once I started seeing how he is behind the scenes, like, with all his physical altercations, between fighting fans. I think he put his hands on Paige back in like 2017 when they were together out in Mexico. I just seen like yesterday he got arrested again for domestic violence, but beating up his wife or something. I'm like, this dude, this is why nobody gonna hire him no more, because he keeps on getting into trouble. And it's like his rap sheet is pretty much beating up women. Like that's his main thing, And
Yeah.
so that just looks crazy.
Yeah, dude. Unfortunately,
I am.
and it looks like the reports that are coming out of him, they're saying that he might actually do time in jail this time because of his history. I think
Dude, yeah.
I've seen different articles, different reporting on this, but the most that I've seen that he could be facing up to 20 years in jail or
I
something
saw
crazy
that
like
too.
that.
I saw 20 and I was like, damn. I said, I don't that's hard to see him doing that, but it's like a thing that they have going like in Mexico, I think, to where the domestic assaults towards women is a bigger deal out there, and they take that shit serious. So yeah, they will like rev it up whenever you assault a woman. So if that's the case, hey, he might learn his lesson, because so far he hasn't. Like I don't know how much time he's put in altogether behind bars, but he has not learned his lesson at all, because whenever I see anything about him in the news, it is uh, it's usually about him being physical towards some female.
Yeah, so this happened in Mexico. The baseline of violence or like domestic violence carries 1 to 7 years, while the harsher charge of injuries committed against a woman on the basis of her gender carries 8 to 20. Does that mean?
Man, it sounds like it ain't good for him.
Yeah,
That's what
man.
it sounds like.
It's because this is the crazy part, because it's been exactly almost a year today since the WWE bought AAA last year. Do you remember that announcement? It was
Yeah,
last
they
year's.
announced it like during Mania weekend or the week before or something like that.
Yeah. And at the time, Alberto Del Rio was still in AAA. He was their main champion. He was a AAA mega champion.
Yeah,
And that was one of the big questions, was like, oh, WWE bought AAA. Oh, we're going to see Alberto Del Rio come back to the WWE. And the WWE was like, no, 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 no,
no,
no.
you're not.
Yeah. So if there was any hope at all, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's out the window
Oh
now.
yeah, it's over now for sure. Like when they bought him out, how long was he still with AAA before he wasn't anymore? 'Cause I heard about it, but then I didn't hear about it anymore.
I think it was like right away. As soon as WWE made an announcement, he was gone.
Probably that sounds about right. That
Yeah.
might have been one of the things that they before they signed the dotted line. Like, hey, we're gonna work this deal out, but that guy got to go.
Yeah, and
So
it became a big deal because they had to dethrone him from the championship, and they put it on this other guy, Hijo del Vikingo, and the fans in Mexico started hating Hijo del Vikingo because they're like, we don't want this guy to be our champion. We want Alberto to be our champion. But the WWE was
yeah,
like, nah, bro, that's not gonna work.
yeah. And is that what Dom is right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that I'm pretty sure that's why they keeping the belt on him, because they love him. The fans love him being that AAA champion.
Mm-hmm.
So like he might have lost his WWE belt, but he keeping that AAA belt, because every time I see videos of that, they freaking eating it up. Like anytime he hops out and jumps on somebody behind their back or whatever, they lose their minds. They just freaking love Don.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense as to why he's been their champion for a while now.
Yeah, man.
So
He's killing it down there, man. I think they reached the point where the WWE has done a pretty good job to not like make the AAA fans forget about Alberto Del Rio, but to show them like, hey, there's other guys that you guys will still love besides Alberto, because the fans in Mexico love Alberto Del Rio like a lot, you
yeah.
know. So yeah, I thought that was pretty fucking wild.
Yeah,
I
and,
don't
and I
know.
see
Yeah.
they doing good, like since they bought them out, because I see their numbers, like their YouTube numbers are freaking huge every time they have an event. So So yeah, it seems like it's a good partnership because they getting more eyes on them, definitely.
Yeah, dude, and I'm more interested in it now, even though I get a lot of shit for it. People are like, "Oh, you didn't used to cover AAA before, but all of a sudden you cover it because the WWE bought it." And I'm like, "Yeah, no shit," because
Right,
now we
right.
so is like half of the world. Like now we can
That's
watch
the
it on
point of it.
YouTube. Like, yeah, that was the whole point of them buying AAA, right?
To reach more people like us. Like now we can see what other people are talking about, because I heard of it, but I've never really acknowledged it or even watched it at all until WWE bought it, and then they started throwing clips out there. Now I can watch it anytime on YouTube. So yeah, that's the point of it brings people like talking about it on podcasts, gets more eyes on it. Now they go from however many they used to do. Now they're getting 5 million plus every time they have an event. So yeah, it's definitely like I mean, you can always have little snarky comments about, oh, you used to not be a fan. I ain't never heard shit from you before about it, but
Yeah.
it's so much. I don't know if this is one of your topics that you have set up, but like for me, it's becoming like so frustrating to see so many negative wrestling fans. Like it's like now I see so many comments where people just saying, just negative shit. Like they still watching, but they just talking down on like WWE so much. And I'm like, what is going on? Like I used to not see all of this negativity, but lately it's been so much TKO talk that's turning fans, or at least the online fans. I'll say that because clearly it ain't the real life fans. Because when I watch it every week and I see 10, 11, 15,000 people in the arenas. And I was just at the Houston event this past Monday, and there was 11,000 of us up in there. I only seen a few empty seats in that whole building. So clearly it's just the online fans griping, it's a lot of negativity out there that I just get annoyed seeing every day that I'm clicking on comments.
No, that wasn't one of the topics, but yeah, dude, we can talk about whatever you want, dude. Yeah, that's and maybe I don't know, like I see a lot of like people that make content who'll sit there and they'll respond to every single comment that they get on their videos. Like
Yeah.
I can't do that, dog. Like there's
Uh,
some times where I'm just like, oh man, I just don't have the mental, I guess, patience to sit there and read all the bullshit and comment on it, because that's one thing that as a content creator they're like, oh, if you want engagement you have to comment to everyone back, and I'm just like,
yeah.
I can't do all that, bro.
Yeah, I know sometimes like people do content like it comes in droves, like, and it's like it snowballs, and you might try to keep up, but eventually you're gonna get burnt out. Like, okay, I said enough, and then eventually you're gonna end up saying the same thing to different people. So I can see
Yeah.
why you don't comment on everything because it's kind of like you make that comment a few times, responding to people, and then
Yeah.
hey, you're done with it. Hey, you want to see what I said? Go read this person's comment because
Yeah.
I've already
I
spoken on it enough.
No, I see it all though. But yeah, it's interesting that you bring that up because, well, first of all, how was that show in Houston for you live? I forgot that you were there.
Dude, yeah, man. I was telling like my friends and when I'm of course talking to my family about it, like I haven't seen a crowd that live in the States in a while. Like and it was live. So I've watched it. I was there live, and then I've already watched it twice in its entirety on Netflix since Monday. And both times that I've watched it, I'm just amazed at how loud it was. Like it really transferred onto the screen because we were loud in the building. And one of my best friends, like who I brought that night, he hadn't been to a live event since Mania 25. So uh he was excited, and he attends a lot of like football games, and so he always has a lot of energy and he's real loud. And so he started a lot of chants throughout the night. And the main one that I can give him 100% credit for, okay, he did two that I give him full credit for. There was a chant, a Last Legend chant that took over the arena. He started that one. And the even bigger one that he started was the Oba chant that cut off Paul Heyman's promo, like at the end of the night. Like he started that Oba chant, and Paul like stopped and was like, okay, all right, I see what's going on here, type of thing. But but yeah, it was real like lit up that whole night. So it it was a good time.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna be at the next one here. Next Monday, they're gonna be in Sacktown, my hometown. I'm gonna be there. I'm pumped
Okay.
for that, dude. Yeah. Um, yeah, there is a lot of negativity right now, especially going into like WrestleMania. You know, the a lot of people complaining about the buildup and stuff like that. And maybe I'm biased because like I watch it a lot. I'm really into it. I understand it. So maybe
Yeah.
it's easier for me to like it. Like the whole Pat McAfee thing. Like
Yeah.
I know it doesn't make sense, right? I know it's random. I know it's like what the fuck, but I still liked it. I
Same.
still
Same.
I
Same.
thought it was great. You know, Pat McAfee he's a great performer. I think he's going to be a good heel. It's something unpredictable, it's unexpected, it's something new, it's something different, you know.
Yeah.
But people are
Yep.
just shitting all over it, you know. How are you feeling the build up for WrestleMania so far?
Man, I'm loving it every week. Like, so for me, I feel like last year's like across the board was one of the weakest since I've been watching the program. And I think that's mainly because they wanted to focus so much on having Cena's last run go as smooth as they could make it go, that I feel like a lot of the other stories kind of caught the back seat. And so the overall product last year wasn't the best, but I feel like ever since January hit, we've been on fire. I feel like the road to WrestleMania has been fantastic. All the matches have good investments going into them. Way better feeling this year than last year. Last year, I'm always excited about Mania, but it just didn't feel like that much hype, especially because last year was supposed to be the sequel to what I feel is the best Mania ever, Mania 40. That was like a freaking movie. So I felt like, I mean, everybody knew it did not have that same feel last year that it had for 40. And then, of course, once it actually came through and Dwayne didn't show up and none of that stuff panned out the way we all thought it would, made it even worse. But this year's build up, like Oba's thing has been on fire. I feel like Punk and Roman have been killing it. Cody and Randy killing it. The women, just everybody across the board. There aren't any matches that I'm not invested in this year. Usually there's a few that I'm like, okay, it should be a good match, but it's whatever. This year I'm into all of them. I'm like excited for everyone. I'm gonna have to pick and choose my restroom breaks because yeah, I want to see it all. So everything has
Yeah.
been good. Like uh my wife is like excited about all of them for the most part. Um, and she doesn't always get excited for all of the matches, but she's pretty well invested in them this year, for sure. Because she's one of the people that's into it, watches it every week. And then there's some people like it's crazy how it's like you got people that are into it, love it, even if they don't like everything about it. But then you got some that's like will just shit on it just because it's wrestling. It's like, all right, yeah, because they know the difference. They know that it's like scripted, but then they compare it to like a TV show. Yeah, I know that's a fake TV show, but when someone gets punched on this TV show, at least the directors and stuff make it look real. But sometimes on wrestling, they can punch each other and you can tell it's fake. So it's like, all right, you know what? I don't care about that type of stuff. I know what it is. To me, except for other than times when they actually just botch it in my mind, it all looks real. Like when they mess up, okay, well now somebody just messed up, somebody dropped the ball. But otherwise, I know what wrestling is. So to me, it all just kind of does what it's supposed to do when I watch it.
Yeah. I mean, just ask Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez
Oh my
if that shit
god!
is
Oh
fake.
my god! I can't watch that. I can't watch it. Like whenever it comes on, I have to turn it away. Like when I was watching it again last night, I fast forward right through that scene. I did not want. I can't stand seeing that. And that's one thing for me as well. Um, I don't like. I've always had an issue when wrestlers get jumped from the back or pushed, like with that Roxanne thing. It's stuff like that. That it's one thing if a wrestler gets hurt while doing a match, but when they get hit from the back, it's usually they get clubs like in that neck area or in the back of the head or something, or when they get slammed into the backstage the gates for the trucks and vehicles to come through, they get slammed in the dead, or one of the big uh, hard suitcases they got, the sound stage equipment, they get
Mhm.
slammed in the dead unexpectedly. And I know, to me, I thought those are like the worst hits to get because I know they go over it so they know it's coming, but like they don't know the exact moment. And so sometimes when they come in extra hard, I'm like, damn, I know that they doing their job, but I'd be a little pissed. Like, nah, you went a little too hard, so you got a receipt coming for that one because you clocked me like right in the back of my neck. Now I'm gonna wake up tomorrow like effed up, So, but I like how Liv and Roxanne like they took it to the chin. They toughened it out and revealed their bruises and all that junk. But man, I just, and you could hear the smack. So I'm like, no sir, I don't want to see it again.
Yeah, man, I
So
have a
yeah,
lot of fucking questions about that segment, dude, because like I missed it live because I'm like, oh, it's just a backstage segment. There's nothing really gonna happen. And then boom, fucking Stephanie Vaquera comes flying to at Liv Morgan's back, and I'm like, holy shit. And
yeah,
then when we did our review, because we always meet up to do the post review afterwards, Mr. Blood was like, "Did you guys see that? They fucking bomped heads like viciously." And I was like, "No, I didn't see it." I went back and watched it, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
yeah,
Like that could have ended really, really bad. Like broken
yep,
noses. They were on concussion protocol, obviously, because they literally bumped heads. They both
yeah.
ended up with two big old bumps on their forehead, which I think they got pretty lucky.
Oh yeah, they definitely got lucky. I see when they clashed, you ever still hear me on that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah, my thing is doing something. But yeah, when they connected, Roxanne went right down. Like she hit that floor, and I thought, oh damn, I think she's asleep because that impact was strong. And then like not only did Liv bump heads, but then she got thrown into that TV, and that wasn't fake. She cracked that damn TV. She was done. That's why her knot was worse than Roxanne's because she clashed with her skull, then clashed into that freaking TV, and it was a wrap. I was like, damn, that is terrible.
Yeah, dude. That's true that what you say though, it's like you can rehearse it, you could be like anticipating it or expecting it, but you really in the heat of the moment, you don't know how fast or how strong someone's going to come in, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly, exactly.
So it's like how does this happen? Like who was directing this? Because if I'm Roxanne, right? Say me and you are in a backstage segment and we're having a conversation, but I know someone's gonna come attack you from behind and cause you to somehow bump into me, right?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna stand so close to you, or maybe stand a little bit to the side, maybe so you can come
yeah,
hit me on my shoulder. I'm not gonna fucking put my head right in front of there. So the
yeah,
first thing I catch is you coming at my head. Like it's
yeah.
just like, how
I
does this
thought
happen?
they were too close to begin with. It's like it almost looked like Liv was slowly inching closer and closer to her, and I'm like, okay, she's about to say something legit to her when all she was doing apparently was just setting up for the bump, but she wasn't expecting that bump to go so hard. Like me, like you said, I'd be kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. One, I wouldn't have been that close, but two, I would have maybe tried to position myself that way. When I get hit, I don't go right. I don't boom right into her.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is just too. That's too much right there.
Yeah, man, that shit was wild, dog. I think that was like one of the most talked about things out of that entire episode of Raw.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Like it was the most brutal to watch. Like I don't like it, but I mean now for storyline purposes, it definitely helped fuel that up because now it's like okay, Liv, it's like okay, bitch, I got you. Like you got something coming for you to Mania. You know what I mean? So now they got like the bumps to prove that hey, this shit is legit. She attacked me after talking shit, and now I'm looking crazy. And so now I got to go back and get it. Not only am I going to get my receipt, I'm going to get that belt. So yeah, they just, it sucks that it happened like that, but they are making this story just feel more like this is obviously like without even thinking about it is the best thing that Stephanie has done since she got the belt because they really kind of gave it to her, and then just she kind of took a back seat. Really, she hasn't had any real storylines or nothing like that. But now Liv came back and is giving her great shit. They're both doing great shit, talking back and forth. Now they're getting physical. Liv got kind of injured through it all. So now the storyline is great for her. That way, if Stephanie does retain, at least now we know she's really about it. And she deserves to keep that belt because they had that back and forth. They had this match that I'm sure is going to be great. And now she's proven to the doubters like myself. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a doubter because I haven't seen much of her and I didn't know nothing about it before she got here. So seeing her, do her shit at Mania and she retains, then she gonna win me over for sure. Because I'm Team Liv 100%. Who is also a sweetheart in real life. I know she loves being a heel, but she was hella nice to me and my son. We met her like a couple of years ago, and she was super nice. But yeah, this is gonna definitely help Stephanie out in the end, because this story it got real. The words were already cutting deep with the whole talking about her mom thing and all that, but now Stephanie got her back by knocking her out. So yeah, it's gonna be real good.
Literally knocked her fucking unconscious almost. God damn, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, man. That shit's gonna be tight, man. That's one of the ones I'm looking forward to a lot. It's just crazy. So yeah, for the people that want to say, "Oh, that shit is fake," yeah, bro. To an extent,
yeah.
And you know what?
That's why I like. Go ahead.
No, you good.
Like the stuff with what's his name? Tom Brady. Who was talking that junk about, that's cute or whatever. Man, he's talking about him and his football buddies basically like making it sound they could run circles around it. Man, they wouldn't last a day in the square circle. They would take one bump and be like, wow, this is what y'all go through every week. Like, ain't no way. Like just laying down on your back would tear them up, and then going rope to rope. Because I hear doing ropes is brutal. Because I actually had a coworker up here who is training. He trains at Booker T school every week, and he tells me every Wednesday. No, he does it every Wednesday and another day, and I see him on Thursdays usually, and he'll always give me an update on what they did that week and all that. And I mean, everything he said every week is something new, and it's just like you get used to when you do it all the time. You get used to the bumps and or whatever, but when you first start doing stuff is real, it messes you up. You really got to heal through it. So that's why I know, I'm pretty sure it's the story based, because I know Tom is going to end up at Mania. He has to, because there's no way he legit means that shit, considering he's one of the main producers of Unreal. So that's how I know he don't mean that they building up to Mania with this shit talking they doing, because if he's one of the main producers on Unreal, he knows what they really go through in real life. He knows the behind the scenes shit, to be a producer on that show.
You talking about Tom Brady's one of the producers?
Yeah. He's one of the main producers. Yeah. Yep. I had to educate one of my buddies on that a few weeks ago because he didn't know it either. But I said, when you look at it, his name is boom right there, executive producer Tom Brady. And so that's how I know this has got to be something building towards Mania. Bringing in all these celebrities they keep bringing in. Because he's one of the main producers on there, so he knows that them bumps ain't no joke.
Yes, I mean, I'm not surprised by that, especially when you got Logan Paul and him talking shit. Logan Paul, he's a really good worker in that sense when it comes to creating buzz. He's a good promoter, Logan Paul is. So
are you Team Logan?
I like Logan Paul a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm a big fan. Like, I think he's great on the mic. He's great. He's definitely great working. He's a great performer. He creates buzz for sure. So he's like all around well packaged superstar.
I also think I Show Speed has been doing pretty good. I've been liking what he's been doing.
Definitely. Every time Speed is on, like when he came back, what was it, last year? That was last year, right? For the Rumble, when he came and did that stuff, like that was great. And like he's just a great performer as well. And we all know, anybody who looks at his stuff knows he's very athletic. So that the way he jumped over, who did he jump over the other day? He was running and he jumped over. man, he leaped right over him like he was nothing,
Yeah.
and so I know that match is going to be very exciting to watch. I know him and Logan are like real good friends off screen, so I know that they're going to be practicing a lot at Logan's crib because we all know he got that ring and everything over at his house. So I know they're going to be playing some real good stuff over there. But yeah, Speed is real good. He's good for the business. He definitely going to bring more eyes because he's like the most followed uh, uh, guy
Streamer.
out there. So yeah, because I know his trained to big numbers, So
Yeah.
and they always looking and seeing what he did. And I know he trained last year with Randy Orton. My son
Mhm.
reminded me about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's definitely gonna entertain us next Saturday. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I Show Speed is he's been putting in the work for at least like since like last November, I want to say.
Yeah.
That because that's when I watched it. It was like it was Thanksgiving Day while we were waiting for the turkey to be done. We were all watching I Show Speed training with Randy Orton on TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's been putting in the work, man. But yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy that WrestleMania is next weekend, dude. It hasn't even
I
hit me
know.
yet.
Man, I'm off like typically I work the weekends, but I don't work Sundays. But I already took my Saturday off. That way I can be fully ready. Because usually what I'll do is I have to like mania weekends are usually so busy because I do work Friday and Saturday nights, and so I'm sitting there every single year. I'm trying to cram at some point throughout the night, which usually ends up being leading into the morning. I'm trying to cram SmackDown on. I'm trying to cram the uh the Hall of Fame on them, and then I still need to go to sleep and take a nap for a few hours. Then I wake up. When I wake up, I'm big on the pre-show. So for me, like 3 o'clock my time, which will be 1 your time. That's when Mania starts. I'm into the 2 hour pre-shows and before the show actually starts. So I
Yeah.
think last year I didn't even watch SmackDown. I skimmed through the Hall of Fame, but this year I plan on. I got a little bit more time in between. I
Yeah.
plan on knocking both of them out with time to still sleep and be ready for Mania because it's an all day affair for me. I don't F around. Like I got it's gonna be like pizza and nachos and drinks and all that junk. And I got family watching. I got friends coming over, so it's like that's my weekend of the year every year. It's
That's
Mania
your
weekend.
Super Bowl right there.
Man, that's my Super Bowl. Like I enjoy it. It was crazy is I get excited for the bowl too. Um every year, but it's nothing compared to like my Mania weekend. That's why I'm grateful for COVID. I think they would have eventually went to 2 nights eventually anyway because it's such a long day to do it for one time. But
Oh,
like COVID gave us 2 nights.
hold on, Brian. I think you're the first person I've ever heard say, I'm thankful for COVID, dog. That's crazy. Nah,
Bro,
that's what's up, though.
in that sense, I am for wrestling purposes. That's the one thing I'll give them. They gave us 2 night mania. So
Yeah.
yeah, because they gave us that. And now I really, when they did that, I thought it was gonna be a one-time deal because I'm like, ain't no way they're gonna do wrestling 2 nights every year. Because they did that was special because of COVID. So they did something special for the fans. But nope, they were like, well, we like this. It seemed to have been a big hit.
Yeah.
Now we're just gonna do it every time. So I'm good with it. I didn't think I was
Yeah.
gonna like. I didn't think I was gonna be a big fan of SummerSlam being 2 nights, but hell, I love that too. SummerSlam was great being 2 nights.
Oh, that's
So
right. They did that. I forgot about
yeah,
that.
and they did a great job last year with those 2 nights.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
true.
but like you, I'm still trying to wrap my head around Mania is finally next weekend. Like that's crazy. Like we got a week left, and it's gonna be
Yeah.
here.
And I think we got more matches this year than last year.
I think so. It's him, and they keep adding, especially they randomly threw Gunther on there with Seth. Then we
Yeah.
got that tag match, and we just added Ray on there, which is good. Um, what do you think is going on with the Street Profits? They haven't been on since what, like last fall?
That's funny. Mr. Blood actually ran into them last month at like some comic book convention or something like that in
He
Florida.
said I seen they told him like we enjoying our time off or whatever,
They're on
but it's like
vacation.
yeah, they getting paid. So
And I
I
think
guess
I think another reason they could be leaving him off TV is the whole thing with Bianca and her finger and stuff like that.
yeah,
Maybe that's another reason why they're keeping Montez off to kind of, I don't know, maybe be there for her or something. I think
maybe so.
that's a
I thought that
possibility.
too. Yeah, I thought that. Um, I thought that, and then I figured at the same time that this would have been a good time for him to kind of really show off his solo skills, like and make that run. But I figured they got different plans. Maybe just not any plans at all right now. But I do feel like Montez will eventually get his time to shine because he's great. He's got that look. He's great on the mic. He can damn sure wrestle. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he may have to turn heel to do it, but yeah, he'll definitely get his shine one day. Just as long as they don't release him, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like after WrestleMania is like when we see the start of a lot of new things, right? A lot of people come
Yeah.
back.
Hmm.
Maybe they're waiting until after WrestleMania. They're like, all right, let's finish up all these storylines, and
Yeah,
maybe
that
we'll
makes
bring
sense.
back the Street Profits. The Raw after Mania is usually a huge Raw, right?
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so we could see him come back. I also saw that Royce Keys is supposed to debut on Friday. That should be.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yep. Yeah, that'll be good. I don't really know what they're gonna do with him, but I'm hoping they don't waste. You say he's coming to SmackDown?
SmackDown, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If I didn't know after he debuted at the Rumble, and then we didn't really see nothing else, I figured they were going to end up dropping him onto NXT, but he hadn't been on there either. So if they feel like he's already ready for Raw, because I mean, it's things are different. Like when you come from AEW to Raw or SmackDown, like I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna shit on AEW and call it like smaller, but I guess maybe depending on how you were used there would determine your level of greatness by coming over to Raw or SmackDown. Because some people can come over and be right on one of the main shows and stand out. I think Jay did a great job of coming over and standing out. But like I think they did good by bringing Ricky Saints over to NXT to let him, I guess, flourish there before they bring him up. Um, because not everybody can just come over and just take over like that, like they did in AEW. So, but I hope
Yeah.
they got something good for Royce.
Yeah, I like after because I we watch NXT, we cover NXT, and there's enough big men on NXT. I feel like for their 2 hour show, I don't think
Yeah.
Royce Keys would really fit over there. I think
Hmm.
there's not a lot of big men, I guess, kind of like Royce Keys in the main roster.
Yeah.
You got Rusev, but he's on Raw. So they must have something very specific planned for Royce Keys to put him on SmackDown, and
Yeah.
waiting until the SmackDown before Mania to do it, which I think is
Yeah. That,
interesting timing.
yep. They gotta have something planned. Because did you see that? Did you see that LA like purposely said that he wanted to go to Raw, like he wasn't feeling SmackDown because they weren't using him right. Like I just read that a few days ago that he actually asked to go to Raw because he was like sick of SmackDown not really utilizing them correctly. So I was like, well, that makes sense. He really wasn't doing shit like at all over there. So
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, it could be true. It could be true, but then again, I mean, it could be all bullshit. That's the thing. Again, we don't really
man,
know.
you never know with wrestling. Like you don't know shit. It's like there's
Yeah.
so many people that put out uh false information and just rumors and all that to where
Yeah.
unless a wrestler confirms it themselves, you never know what's going on. Like because I'm getting conflicted reports about Punk's promo. Like, is it gonna
Mhm.
really end up being like a WWE versus TKO type of storyline in the future? Did Triple H and them really just give him points to talk about? He went out there and just freestyled that whole thing. Like, is it legit beef or is this just something they using to stir up the fans or whatever the case is?
Yeah,
Because
and I also read that CM Punk just decided to go completely off script. just out the
Yeah,
blue.
yep. I saw that shit too. So
You
that
know?
definitely sounds like him. I believe that 100% because he don't do no he ain't sticking to no script for sure.
Yeah,
So
man. Yeah, WWE has been wild, bro. You know, if you love it or hate it, there's something there for everyone. I feel like, bro, I'm pumped, man. You got me more pumped
yeah,
for WrestleMania already. I mean, I was already pumped, but you got you
yeah,
got
dude.
me you got me
I'm
you got me thinking now, dog. You know.
yeah, because it's so much shit going on. Like it's
Yeah,
like all of the storylines are hidden, and then I really feel like to have Pat come out with this little story out of nowhere. I feel like they gonna do something because I mean he is a big star and he has a lot of pull. He knows a lot of people, so you just never know who they're gonna bring in to that. I feel like both nights the main events are gonna be like Mania 40 main event to where you're gonna have people coming in, interrupting shit, just going crazy. I feel like both nights are gonna be wild like that. I don't
yeah,
know what's gonna happen with Roman. Like, is he really gonna bring some more Samoans in there to help whoop up on Punk or what? But like, I feel like both nights are gonna have surprises throughout the night, but those main events are
yeah.
gonna be special both times.
You know what? Now that I think about it, dog, now that you put it that way, I think they have to really turn it up a lot on night one, especially
Oh yeah,
if they still have like low ticket sales. If they turn it up in night one, that could lead to a lot of people buying last minute tickets for night two. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And then the way the response was for last year's Mania, I know they want to redeem themselves. So I agree. Like, 'cause I even seen some fans saying that they did night one dirty. Like night two looks so much better. Like I can see why they would say that, but at the same time, I feel like night one is gonna hold its own very well. So I
Yeah.
think Triple H is gonna make sure we get some good surprises out there. That way, the buzz from night one will spill over, like you said, into night two.
Yeah.
So yeah, both nights are going. I think one is going to be better than the other, but they're going to both be equally just exciting as fuck.
Well, dope, Brian. That was dope, man. This hour flew by kicking it with you
It really
today, man.
did. It really did.
That was fun. Thank you for coming on the show, bro.
Yeah,
Before we get
man.
up out of here,
Anytime.
yeah, dude, I'll take you up on that, man. We gotta have you back again. But before we get out of here, is there anything you want to plug or let the people know where they can find you or any of that good stuff?
Just mostly just on my Instagram, Black Spider 34. I also have a WWE uh, page as well. But usually my content on there is stuff that I jointly share from my main page. That way, WWE fans can more so stick to strictly wrestling stuff on my off page. So, and honestly, because all I do is tag it, I can't even plug it because I don't even remember the name. I just know I just tag it whenever I do wrestling stuff. I just add it on there. But I know I have it starts off with WWE, and then from there, I don't know what it says. But but yeah, mainly just my main Black Spider page is where I usually will post all my main stuff and my stories and all that stuff. So, but yeah, it was great just being on here because I watch these podcasts and I watch you with Blood and all that stuff, and I always get a kick out of it. So I really appreciate being on here today.
Hell yeah. Thanks. Thanks again, Brian. My name is Edgar. I'm the host of Snug Wrestling. Thanks to everyone that was hanging out with us today. If you're new, please be sure to follow on Apple and Spotify. Leave a star rating and a review and all that good stuff. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.